Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening. The 5-week federal election campaign may have just started, but the major parties have wasted no time in making their pitch to voters. Health, housing and the environment proving contentious topics when it comes to what Tasmanians are looking for.
From Team Red to Green to Blue, Tasmania's federal election candidates wasted no time filling the tank on their campaigns.
Supercharging the freight equalisation scheme here in Tasmania, investing in the South East irrigation scheme, investing in our health system.
The state's marginal seats expected to be pivotal when it comes to deciding the leader of our country. Member for Franklin, Julie Collins, also pitching health as a key deciding issue for voters.
People can't get to see a GP, they can't afford to go to the doctor, they can't afford to pay for their medicines, and that's why our reforms have been so important.
Tougher environment laws, particularly when it comes to salmon farming, at the centre of the Greens campaign.
We don't trust either of the old parties on the environment, and that has been clearly demonstrated by Peter Dutton and Anthony Albanese colluding to weaken our environment laws.
Voters revealing a mixed bag when it comes to what's important to them.
The climate, absolutely the climate.
Infrastructure. Yeah.
So for me, the big issue is obviously housing affordability. I'm a builder, and so very aware of the stock shortage.
The election date, May 3, will coincide with the final day of Tasmania's iconic farming festival, AgFest. The event expected to prove a key campaigning choice for candidates hoping to secure some last-minute support. The seat of Lyons expected to be neck and neck when it comes to the polls.
I understand what our community needs, and they need a strong voice who's got experience to represent them.
People are looking for something a little bit different, someone with real life experience.
With more than 5 weeks until a result is clear, for now it remains anyone's game. Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
There's growing speculation the Mayor of Launceston could step down amid the fallout from his photo with a controversial US singer. A day after his fellow councillors moved a vote of no confidence, he's hinted his time might be up. Victoria Eastoe has the details.
Matthew Garwood has given his biggest indication yet. His future as Mayor is up in the air. Following yesterday's successful no-confidence motion, he's returned to Facebook, saying the developments against him were not exactly the wedding anniversary gift he was expecting. The controversy all stems from a photo he posted with singer and convicted criminal Ronnie Radke, who went on to launch an online tirade targeting 2 female councillors. The Mayor admits he has learned, apologised and taken responsibility for the fallout. His post going on to read, he and his wife Michelle are going to take some time to discuss what they do next. The Mayor says he's given the role his all, but admits he's not sure he can achieve what he's described as the desperately needed generational change required in Launceston. Ending with, perhaps I'm the one with no confidence. Despite repeated requests to front our cameras today, Matthew Garwood has refused to speak publicly or clarify his position.
A special surprise for those flying into Hobart Airport this afternoon. Our very own Devil's mascot Rumman was there to greet new arrivals, sniffing luggage and getting photos with fans. It also had its own sign to hold up, a cheeky call out to former AFL star Dusty Martin.
He's just got a great lot of fun about him.
Looks a bit like a gremlin.
It's Rumman's first official outing before visiting schools over the coming weeks. A Commission of Inquiry committee has fully backed the decision to close the Ashley Youth Detention Centre, but concerns remain about alternative facility options. It's recommending smaller and more home-like programs and establishments, aiming to divert children and young people away from the justice system.
If we don't do it, what we're just going to end up with is just Ashley built somewhere else, and nobody wants that.
The committee also suggests changing bail provisions and establishing a children's court. There won't be many couch potatoes around Hobart this weekend, with thousands of pro and amateur runners ready to conquer Canunny Mount Wellington for this year's mountain run. Let's head to reporter Rebecca Gaydaneris at the finish line. Beck, participants are already tackling the mountain.
That's right, Kim. It's sweet relief for runners behind me. They've just finished up with the 9-kilometre vertical downhill. Now celebrating with a cold one and some food. But all the action actually gets underway tomorrow. Participants will lace up their shoes for the 5-9-25 or the gruelling 66-kilometre run. 1,300 runners are expected to participate across the events, with 40% of this year's registrations from interstate or overseas. We'll have more coverage of tomorrow's events in tomorrow's bulletin. Kim?
Okay, thanks, Beck. Waste management in the south of the state is about to be transformed with a new Lutana Resource Recovery Centre. The $9 million project will see around 50% of waste diverted from landfill, equivalent to around 30,000 tonnes a year.
Create economic markets for recovered products that would normally be landfilled. So those timbers, the metals, the e-waste, the mattresses, cardboards and hard plastics, all of those can have a second life.
The group says the project is well overdue.
What we had here was very tired. It just makes it so much safer.
The organisation has extended its lease on the site for another 20 years. RecLink has long been offering school children a range of sporting program options, and now it's expanding its efforts to include grades 7 and 8. It allows students to take part in various sports in school time, ensuring more young Tasmanians can experience the joy and benefits of physical activity.
From the Jack Jumpers to the Devils to the Hurricanes, it's no secret our state is sporting mad. To help capture a bit of that momentum in young fans, a community non-for-profit organisation is expanding its reach, offering in-school sporting programs to younger age groups.
We run term-based gala days effectively. It's become large enough that we've had to break that into conferences. So we have the schools in the southern, northern, eastern and central conferences.
Originally rolled out to grades 9 and 10, students in years 7 and 8 will now have a chance to show off their skills in AFL, netball, basketball and cricket.
The umpiring resources, the Play HQ management, the ground bookings and general management of competitions has obviously elevated.
We've had I think around 80 kids in the first year and we're pushing up to about 450 this year.
In southern Tasmania, the program is exclusively rolled out in government schools, with the Liberals contributing $300,000 annually to the cause.
For the first time, I think, since maybe the 1980s, that government schools in southern Tasmania, kids in those schools will have the opportunity to play sport in school time.
RecLink relies heavily on vital fundraising efforts, including the Hobart Community Cup, which sees musicians take on a mismatch of politicians and local media in a chaotic yet very entertaining game of footy.
Last year we were able to raise, I think, a total $22,000.
This year's match is expected to take place in August. Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmanian tunes are expected to be heard from far and wide, with the Festival of Voices returning for its 20th instalment. Stages will pop up around the state, including Launceston's Mall, the Hobart Library and Flinders Island, all set to host a variety of musical acts.
We're never going to have the massive bucks to bring in massive headliners, but what we do try and do is bring interesting voices, people at the top of their game, and people who just want to have a go singing.
Some younger flair and maybe something people haven't seen before. Definitely getting out of the sticky, grungy clubs of Hobart and
Which
bringing...
we love.
Which we love, yeah.
The event starts at the end of June and runs for a week. When you hear the term virtual reality, your mind usually thinks of the younger generation, but a group of older Tasmanians are bucking the stereotype and tuning into the technology. Residents at a Launceston aged care facility strapping on headsets to explore the world from the comfort of home.
They've really enjoyed trying something different. They've been able to travel the world and see different things. That brings back wonderful memories.
You know, once they're here in residential facility, they sort of think, okay, well, my travelling days are over. So this gives them a chance to be able to go out and about and again.
One Care is hoping to roll out the program statewide. Direct flights between Hobart and Auckland have come to an end, at least for now, as Air New Zealand hits pause on the seasonal route. Since taking off last October, more than 23,000 travellers arrived in Tasmania on board the Kiwi Traveller, and a carrier, an 11% increase on the previous year. The service will return at the end of October, with talks underway to extend the season in the future.
It's a jam-packed weekend for round ball fans, with the statewide cup ready to kick off tomorrow. It will be an uphill battle for the Burnie United women as they prepare to host the Glenorchy Knights, who are a division above them, while the Seljak Cup NPL rivals Glenorchy and Devonport faced off in what's being dubbed an epic showdown.
It's exciting to be playing Devonport at home, getting a home draw, and we see them again next week in the league. We know each other quite well.
Different players coming in and out. I think we've just got to focus on us really this weekend. We can't read too much into them. It's the same, they can't read too much into us.
Both games will be knockouts. Our under-18 Devils Talent League squad have touched down in Melbourne as they look to take on the Bendigo Pioneers in Craigieburn tomorrow morning. They are ready and raring to go for round one of the home and away season.
Found out the team on Thursday morning, so ever since then there's been a lot of excitement and I guess, nervous energy throughout the groups.
We want to play with the Tasmanian characteristics we talk about all the time, and essentially that's based off teamwork and effort and strong defence.
It will be a busy few opening rounds for the boys. The squad have to return to Melbourne the following week to take on the Cannons. Well, another day, another medal for Tasmania. Fresh off winning silver, Hobart's Jonas Shelverton has made the podium again at the National Track Cycling Championships in Brisbane. It was another tight tussle with WA's Sam Washington, with Shelverton taking home bronze in the under-19 individual pursuit. To day 5 of the Australian Rowing Championships, where a Tasmanian crew has medalled in a standout race. North Esk using their experience on the Lake Barrington course to their advantage, clinching bronze in the Open Men's Coxless Fours, the national title going to a Mercantile and Melbourne University composite crew who snuck over the line in just under 6 minutes. Well, it was a run fest at Ninja Stadium this morning on the first day of the CPTL Grand Final between University and Kingsborough. Lions batter Tim Ward proving lethal at the crease. A short time ago, he was 181 not out, while spinner Paddy Dooley wasn't so lucky.
Oh, and a big shout.
Yes, another one for Radhakrishnan.
That's the fifer, and he absolutely loves it. Paddy Dooley's going to have to go. Another LB.
Kingborough without superstars Bo Webster and Jake Weatherold. Uni is currently sitting at 8 for 395.
Good evening. Hobart 24 degrees today. Launceston reached 25. Devonport 22 and Burnie atop of 20. 26 the high around the state. That was at Grove, Bushy Park and Ouse. King and Flinders Islands 24. Friendly Beaches and Strawn 23 degrees. St Helens 22. Smithton and Lowhead 21. Lyre Weenie 18. Say goodbye to those numbers for a couple of days. Clear conditions over most of the state today. A little bit of cloud popped over the northwest and the Bass Strait Islands. A band of cloud with the front is near southern WA, extensive cloud further north over the Kimberley, along with the Territory and Queensland, more over eastern New South Wales and northern Victoria. Tomorrow we have a visit from a cold front as it decays into a trough. A low over New South Wales sits on a very long trough through the mainland. Winds shifting west to southwesterly tomorrow with the passage of that front, then becoming south to southwesterly and cooling down at 20 to 30 knots and even 35 knots over the northeast. So we do have a gale warning applying to the waters from St Helens around to Stanley and also a strong wind warning for remaining coastal waters. Forecast for tomorrow, Hobart a shower or two clearing, a top of 20, 17 for Maydena, a shower or two for Oatlands, 20 the maximum. Launceston a high of 26, becoming windy and partly cloudy, 25 for Devonport, a shower or two for Lyre Weenie, a high of 15 degrees. Burnie partly cloudy and 24, 18 the top for Strawn with showers easing, becoming windy for Marrawar and 20 the maximum. St Helens tomorrow becoming windy, partly cloudy, 23 for Swansea and 21 for Orford. Now it starts to get a bit cooler. Sunday a few more showers, mainly over the east and south. A sunny day for Strawn though. Similar weather into Monday. The wind's still pretty fresh and cool, and on Tuesday cloudy again and showers for the east and south. Sunny and hot in Perth tomorrow. A sunny day for Adelaide. A possible shower forecast for Melbourne. Rain and possible heavy falls over Sydney and Brisbane. Clear in Hobart, 20 at the moment, 21 right now in Launceston, Devonport, partly cloudy and 19 degrees. Yes, things are going to get cool pretty soon, Kim. And of course, a couple of weeks' time, daylight saving finishes. It's also this time of year that I look at our house and contents insurance policy, and I just looked at it today. Do you know if someone breaks into our house and steals all our blankets, we won't be covered?
Oh my goodness. Anyway, nothing in your house of yours that's worth anything. And that is all your news for now. Lou will join you over the weekend. For now, from the team, it is good night.